We're here today with Scarborough-Rouge River M.P.P, Bas Balkissoon, just discussing transit in Toronto and Scarborough-Rouge River. So the first question I'd like to pose to you is, the province is providing $8.4 billion for Toronto transit projects and will retain ownership over the infrastructure. What roles do the province and Metrolinx currently play in transit construction and operation in the City of Toronto, and how will this affect Scarborough-Rouge River residents?
Okay, I guess to start with, I should explain that traditionally transit was funded in the past by the three levels of government, each given 1/3 portion of the cost of the transit infrastructure. But since the early 2000s, that has not occurred. And as a result of that, this is why we're so far behind in transit infrastructure in Toronto area. The province of Ontario has made $8.4 billion available to the City of Toronto for transit infrastructure with no strings really attached to it. That the City of Toronto would have to make a decision on what this infrastructure would be, and then the province would actually implement it via its own agency, which is Metrolinx, which is responsible for overseeing transit in the Greater Toronto Area. Metrolinx is there to make sure that transit in the GTA is seamless in terms of the passenger paying its fare and transferring from one point to another. Metrolinx has a Presto card. It's a magnetic card with money on it, and if you swipe it on the bus in Brampton today and you transfer to a York Region bus, you swipe it again, your fare is automatically taken off that card. You don't have to deal with the bus driver or a conductor or any sorts of these type of employees on the system. And the whole idea is to get that implemented in Toronto. So that's Metrolinx's main job, if I could put it, from the province. But they're also going to oversee the province infrastructure implementation program for this seamless transit, which includes whatever happens in Toronto. So really it is up to City Council to decide what it is we're going to build with this $8.4 billion. I mean, the proposal on the table from Transit City, which was under Mayor David Miller, was to see LRTs extended into Scarborough-Malvern and onto the University of Toronto campus here in Scarborough. There has been a lot of objections by people to this LRT system because I think people believe that an above-ground system has its negative effects. Because of the experience of the Spadina line and the St. Clair Avenue line, and trying to add more of these lines in our main arterial roads is probably not the best solution. So really what we have here is a city council that has money, and they have to decide what it is they want to do with it. The important thing for the province is this is the maximum amount of money that is available today, and I repeat that is available today. We don't know what the future bears in it for transit in Toronto, so we really need a decision out of the City of Toronto Council.
So Scarborough finds itself at the center of the transit debate at City Hall. The majority of residents in Scarborough want subways, while Scarborough City Councillors are split between LRTs and subways. What is your position on the type of transit that the city should be building in Scarborough?
Personally, I would support a vision where you're looking at 50 years from today, what would be ideal for this area. Because you have to look at when the subway was built in downtown Toronto, probably at that time nothing supported that subway system. But 50 years later, it has proven to be a good decision. I think you got to look at it in the same way for Scarborough, because there's an old problem where do you build the density to support the subway, or do you build the subway first and the density will come later? I'm of the opinion you have to build the subway first. You have to build the infrastructure that will attract the development, that will attract the jobs, and that will, give you that economic growth that is needed. So I truly believe you should be building subways. I think where everybody is hung up right now today is that they have $8.4 billion. They want to get maximum mileage out of that money, and they're looking at it that LRTs give them a better opportunity to have more lines working into the existing system. So personally, I would support the subway because it has less road congestion. It provides a better environment for the transit rider. I think it's more attractive to get people out of their cars and into the underground system. It is better underground because it travels faster. There is it does not have to, I guess, conflict with regular traffic at intersections and traffic lights. And these are the things you got to look at and say, okay, which is better? Now, I think if you're thinking 50 years from today, you're better off taking this $8.4 billion and incrementally increase the existing subway system. That would be a better model. And you know, you have to say that this is not the last funds that will ever come from government. There will be opportunities where the federal government and the local city council will come to the table. You know, when the economy picks up, there's going to be opportunities. You cannot close the door. So I believe we should be building subways.
I would just like to take the opportunity to thank you for speaking to us today about transit issues in Scarborough and Scarborough-Rouge River.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.